Welcome, losers. Good, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Just a few minutes ago, I saw an article saying that Raja Jackson has been arrested, and it honestly couldn't come at a better time. I don't wish bad on anybody, but after everything we've seen going on in the country, I think it's very important that people are showed that they have to be responsible for their actions. And I think we're seeing just that with Raja Jackson. Now, it's coming almost a month after the incident. Why is that? I don't know exactly. Were they trying to build a case that was rock solid? That way he couldn't squirm his way out of the charges? I'm not sure, but we're going to allow a few people to get in here. I'm going to upload the thumbnail, and we're going to get into a few clips and also read some articles to get the exact information. Oh, man. Hope everybody's doing good today, by the way. Dude, there's just so much going on in the country. So much going on. And the reason I want to go live is I know I'm sure a lot of people are at work. My hope is that we can get some people in here to kind of talk about it. If we're not able to get a big group in here, that's totally fine. We'll post it and we can, you guys can totally comment. Let me know your thoughts on it. The main things I want to discuss, A, is why did it take so long? B, what do we think his consequences will be? And C, do we think Raja will reoffend? And I know that's a little bit of mind reading. You know, we can never tell, but I think it's a good thing to have the dialogue, because if you think he will reoffend, I think that will kind of determine more the sentence you think he should get. And there's no right or wrong answers here, right? What he did was wrong, and I think whatever he gets, he deserves. Probation, 2 years, prison, you know, whatever. I'm not the judge or the jury. I might be the jury. I don't know. Haven't gotten a letter yet. We'll see. We're going to keep allowing some time for people to join in. I'm going to go ahead and load our article up. And it says Raja Jackson, who was seen beating a professional wrestler in the ring during what we suppose to be a scripted event in Sun Valley, was arrested Thursday on felony charges. This was yesterday. A lot of people aren't going to be talking about this just because of all the Charlie Kirk stuff. So I thought this was a good time for us to reflect back on this, because before the Charlie Kirk incident, guys, this was the biggest story in America. The 25-year-old mixed martial arts fighter was booked on a $50,000 bail. Jail records show. The records do not show what counts Jackson was booked for, but the arrest comes as police were investigating the August 23rd incident in Sun Valley. Now, another thing we have to look at, I'm not sure what the laws are in California, but I know in Louisiana, if you have a $50,000 bail, I think you pay a tenth of that. So $5,000. I believe. I'm not great at math, but so I'm not sure if he, has the whole $50K that he has to get out on, or if it's going to be a fraction of that. Either way, we can probably bet that Raja's out of jail right now. If they've given him a bond, I'm sure that Rampage, I'm sure his friends, his group, I'm sure he's out right now. Let's continue reading. In a live stream of the event, Jackson was seen running into the ring at Knox Pro Wrestling Academy and slamming wrestler Stuart Smith into the mat. Smith, whose stage name is Syko Stu, appeared unconscious as Jackson then rapidly punched him 23 times, many of the blows hitting his face. It took 4 wrestlers to pull Jackson off of Smith, as wrestlers seemed unsure of what was staged and what was real, and came to realize the incident was not part of the show. In the days after the show, wrestlers at the gym told the Times the incident appeared to have been sparked by a previous confrontation. We're all familiar with that, with the Syko Stu slamming the empty beer can, part full beer can, whatever, hitting the beer can up against Raja's head, and then his Twitch stream or whatever it was kind of egging him on to get his get back once he got in the ring. Smith later apologized to Jackson. We saw that he apologized several times. Jackson, who at first refused to shake Smith's hand after the incident, shook his hand, made a gentleman's agreement. Okay, no harm, no foul. You're trying to do a work, just don't do it again. That's how that should have gone, but unfortunately didn't. Wrestlers at the gym told the Times Jackson's run-in was supposed to be a scripted incident and instead turned into a real violent attack. And we all saw it. Again, like I said, this Raja Jackson incident was the biggest story in America before the Charlie Kirk assassination happened. And a lot of people don't really care, but everybody had something to say. Everybody cared about it. People were mostly on Syko Stu's side. There was like the outliers who were like, Raja did what he was supposed to do. Syko Stu, why are his initials SS? He must be a racist. There were those outliers, but for the most part, everybody was on the right side of this. And I just want to make sure that this thing is still getting the proper coverage that it deserves. Now, we do have a clip from the arrest TMZ posted, and we're going to get into that and kind of get some commentary on what we saw. I haven't seen the video yet. Let's check him out. Might help if I add it to the stage. I'm still new at live streaming. This looks like a neighbor maybe filming. He's not even in hand. Okay, he is in handcuffs. Is he? Yeah. What'd he say? I think he said, bro, why are you filming this? Oh, shit. I hope, look, if that is Raja's neighbor, he should potentially consider moving because he's going to get stinky looks from Raja for the rest of his life or her life, depending on who it was. I think he said, why are you filming this? Let's watch it back. He looks at him right there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said, bro, why are you filming this? And there's no telling what the cops told him. The cops may have told him something along the lines of, we're not going to make a big deal out of this thing. Just come on down to the station. We'll set a bond for you. And if you can make bond, you'll get out. There's no paparazzi outside. So Raja probably wasn't expecting a camera in his face right whenever he got outside. But we live in a world and a time where there's cameras everywhere. And there's nosy neighbors, guys. Unless you live in the country, and even like me, I kind of live in the country, but there's still always people watching what you do. You know what I'm saying? We just live in that time. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So I want to talk about why. Why has it taken so long? For those who have just come in, we just showed a video from TMZ. You can kind of, I'm sure you can press rewind on it and you can catch up to where we're at. But we just showed the TMZ video of Raja Jackson getting arrested. My question is, why has it taken almost a month? I believe this all took place on the 23rd of August. We're already the 19th of September. My thoughts are this. The police wanted to build a sound enough case to where when they picked him up, the DA could actually get charges on him that could stick. Now, I could also argue that they could have done that within the first 48 hours because everything was on video. From what I understand, Knox Pro did tell a few of their wrestlers to not cooperate, not talk to the police, not leave comments on Instagram. So maybe that held some things up. This happened at a wrestling event. So I'm sure the cops wanted to make sure that, this wasn't scripted, that they weren't picking up a guy who was a sore loser from losing a match. But I think anyone can tell that this sort of stuff isn't supposed to happen in pro wrestling. The second thing I want to get to is how long do we think Raja's going to be in trouble with the public and with the police? Is this something that Raja is ever going to be able to live down? My question is, are we ever going to be able to forgive him for it? And I think for me, once you pay restitution to society, whatever the court deems that be, so long as you don't reoffend, I think I kind of have to. So we'll see what happens. Now, what do we believe is going to happen as far as the court of the law? I'm not sure, but I don't believe that Raja Jackson is like a felon or has ever even been arrested before. I'm sure those reports would have come up. I haven't seen anything like that. He got a felony, so we're looking at some sort of aggravated assault or something like that. I don't want to speculate too much. The charges weren't listed, but I want everybody to temper their expectations. Everyone calling for Raja Jackson to go to prison for 10 to 20 years. He never needs to see the sunlight a day again. Guys, first off, it's in California. Second off, it's just not going to happen to a guy that doesn't have an extensive history of crime, especially violent crime. I think what's going to happen here, this is just my uneducated guess. I would assume he'll probably walk away from this with 2 to 3 years of probation max. Probably have to do some community service, maybe pay some restitution to Knox Pro, to Syko Stu. Worst case scenario. There's always the off chance that a DA wants to make an example of him. The courts want to make an example of him. And they give him the max for whatever they charge him for, which I just don't see being more than a year or two. Guys, I know people are outraged. I was outraged. I was confused by it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I watch Raja all the time. Like, now of all times, you choose to explode and go off and almost kill a guy? But we need to temper our expectations on what's going to happen. The good thing is there has been arrest that's been made. That goes to show that we all have to pay for whatever we do. We have to be accountable to whatever we do, good or bad. So I just wanted to share this. As more information surfaces, we'll kind of go over that, but I don't want to let this story die. This is a small channel, so I'm depending on you guys to kind of like the video, comment what you think. I'm not seeing a ton of other big channels cover this, guys. Other big channels are talking about Epstein. Other big channels are talking about Charlie Kirk, talking about the left, all these political things. This was the biggest story before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Let's not let this die. Let's keep talking about this and let's open up dialogue again. I'm depending on you guys to do that. It doesn't matter how great of a quality video I put out. If there's no likes, if there's no comments, the video never gets anywhere. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. That is pretty much it. And yeah, we'll update you soon as we get more info.